exhibitors and sponsors. We want you to see how this works. Also save the date for August 17th from 9 to 10 a.m. Mountain Time. We're actually going to do a live run through of the whole event that starts at 1 o'clock that day. The reason we do it online is every time we do a real run through, we have to set up the event, and it's easier to do it on the day of. So I'm going to introduce you to Jennifer. Jennifer's with Encore, and she's an event planner. She's a Navo sister. So we're really excited. You're in Seattle or Portland area?
I'm in Spokane, so
okay,
Eastern
Spokane.
Washington.
Yep. And she's going to run through the whole platform. And if you have any questions, you can either use a live chat or just raise your hand. We'll see you. If we don't see you online, because there are 17 participants, I'm going to be reading the chat. So if you go to the bottom of your screen, open up the little chat button. And if you have any questions and you're not on video where we can't see you, go ahead and chat and everyone will see it. All right, Jennifer, you're on.
All right, real quick. Derek, can you enable my screen sharing, please? And then we'll switch over. So we're using a platform called Hopin that I've had great success with. Thank you for that. And I wanted to give you an idea of what that looks like. So this is a test event, and I wanted to show you all the different features. And if you need to ask a question, don't hesitate to stop and interrupt. I was a classroom teacher at one point in life. I'm used to 28 people talking at me at the same time. So the platform has a lot of features just like you would at a live event. And so over here, can everybody see that now? Over here on the left-hand side, you'll see there's a reception area, which is just like a check-in and a lobby. There's a stage. There are breakout sessions where you would normally go into separate rooms. We'll be doing some networking that day. And then here's where the expo will happen. So once you register and the event goes live, you'll see this, and there'll be an event logo there, the name of the event, the description of the event, and it shows you what's happening at this moment in time during the event. And then for everybody who's a sponsor of the event, your logos are right there at the top. And as you mouse over them, you'll see that they go to color and they link out to your website as a sponsor. The schedule's below that. And then some features that you'll see no matter where you are on the site is there's a chat, and you can introduce yourself to people here. Oops, if I could spell right, that would be great. And throughout the day, we'll put polls up, and those polls are places where you can get interaction. One of the biggest keys to success in a live event is creating interaction. So we'll have some polls there, and you can create those as well. I'll show you in your booths. When we have the pro talks, or when we have the awards, or our sponsors are speaking, we'll be live on the stage, and there can be up to 5 people live in this space at a time with thousands of viewers. So everybody can be watching. We'll have some people from the backstage that we'll bring to the front that everybody can see. And you'll notice here you can toggle. There is the full event chat, and then there's the stage chat. So if you want to talk to people who are just at the stage right now, you can do that. And one of the features they've enabled here is you can tag people. So if I were to do @ and somebody else was registered for this event besides me, I'd be able to tag them, and then they could see their name a little easier. We'll also have the opportunity for breakout sessions. And the way we're planning on using this during the event, I'm going to come back to it because you'll understand this a little bit better in just a minute. So I promise I'll come back to sessions. We're really excited about the networking piece. And so what you'll do here is we'll set an opportunity for everybody to come in here and meet. And what happens is when you're ready to meet somebody, you click this ready button. And again, if there were, you click allow, allowing access to your camera and video. Now, if anybody else was in this event besides me, it would pair me up with somebody. And we're going to set a minimum and a maximum amount of time that you can talk, and there'll be a countdown clock. As you're talking to somebody in this space, this will change. This would actually be a blue button that would say connect. And what happens is if you click the blue connect button while you're talking with someone, at the end of the day, so long as you both clicked connect, you'll be a mutual connect. And at the end of the day, you'll have a whole list of all the people that you connected with in your Hopin account. So you can download their information and go back and follow up with them later. And I know the piece that you're all excited about and interested in is, how do we duplicate this virtual exhibit hall online? So what happens here is you'll see sponsors, exhibitors, sponsors and our major exhibitors will have larger size booths, and then everybody else will have a smaller size booth. And this is really important. This is the sheet that Derek sent you. So I want to go over some of these tidbits with you. You'll have a background image, which is this. You'll have a smaller logo. So make sure you submit it with the information that Derek has asked, the sizes he's asked. And also choose a great background image. You'll see dark works really well for these things to show up, because the name of your business will be there, and also the tagline that you submit. And then once you click inside your booth, I wanted to show you this one. So as the event planner, I won't have time to be in my booth, for example. So I'm going ahead and I've put in a YouTube link. So anybody can come in here at any time, click the YouTube link and see a video. But let's go over some of these other features here. Again, here's your logo, the name of your business and tagline. If you submit your Twitter account, you could click here and it'll take you there, your website. And then here's where you can put your description about your company. And you have about 20 words before you have to expand that window to see more. You have the opportunity to put in an offer. This doesn't click to anything. It's just words. So if you want to put in here, free cup of coffee, or a free consulting, or try this package, you can put that in here. It doesn't programmatically connect to anything, but it's an offer that you can have so that you can follow up with folks. Then you have this register interest button, and you can change the text on this button. So I could say, click here to schedule your 30-minute consultation, for example. And then not only do you get to change the text, so keep it to just a few words, but you can change the text here. And then you get to choose what that links out to. So on that list that Derek has sent you, you can choose, do you want it to go to YouTube? Do you want it to go to a Google form? Do you want it to strictly send you an email? So read those options and then let him know what you want that to do, and we'll schedule it. You also have your own chat. And again, here's the full event chat, so you can talk to anybody, but here's the booth chat, and you'll be able to get a summary of your booth chat at the end of the day. And then again, you can create your own polls in the booth. One of the things that I recommend, and let me go back to the expo area and we'll click in here, because this will be a little bit different. So Exhibit is going to staff their booth. And so if this were live and they were here, you'd see a picture of, say, Derek or DJ in this booth. And then as a exhibitor yourself, there's a little eyeball here and it'll show you a number. And that's how many people are actually standing, if you will, in your booth. And so you'll want to do a couple of things. One, if you're sitting there and you're not specifically talking to somebody yet, you might want to have a PowerPoint presentation or something scrolling or running, so that when they get there, they're not just sitting and not knowing what to do. Also, they'll have the ability to say right here, share audio and video with you, and then you can allow them to come up with you. And at any point in time, you can have 9 other people besides yourself. So 10 total people here, and you could be having a conversation like you would in your booth, whether that's simply visiting and catching up, or somebody says, hey, I really wanted to learn more about this offering that you have. You could do that live. And then if somebody's not comfortable, they could, of course, switch over here and just talk in the chat. Maybe they don't want to share, but that's happening here. And then let me go back to sessions before I turn this back over to DJ and Derek and the exhibit team. Let's say you're here and you want to have a more in-depth conversation, or maybe you were in the networking session and you really weren't ready to cut it off, but our time limit has come. You can tell someone, hey, hop over to sessions. I'm going to create a session with our names on it. And then you can come over here to sessions and add a session. And you can call it DJ Connecting with Jennifer. And then you can go ahead, add that session, you'll give it its name, and then you can give it some specifications, whether it be private or public, do you want it recorded? And then you can go ahead and have a longer conversation by yourselves in that space there. So there's a lot of opportunities to be able to connect with people. Are there any
Jennifer,
questions so far? Yeah,
Jennifer, if I can add on to that. So the
please.
reason for that, imagine it's just like working your booth space. People are in there, only 10 people can be on the screen at a time. So you're working and you're dialoguing with people. And all of a sudden you have a serious person. And you know how you usually take them to a different part of your booth, or maybe you leave the booth and somebody else works it with the rest of the attendees. That's what this session's about. So you can have more of a serious conversation. That way you don't have to talk in front of 10 people plus the people that would be waiting that might be in your booth. Jennifer, how does that work? Where they only have 10 people counting themselves in their booth space, but there's a number that you can see where other people might be in there that you can't see.
Yes, so when you are back in your booth, there can be up to 500 people in your booth at a time, but only 10 can be seen on the screen. So you'll really just want to be cognizant of how many people are there and that you're addressing that. And let's say your 10 is filled up on the stage, make sure you let people know that you can bring them on shortly. There'll be kind of a waiting list, if you will, down here of who's waiting to come live. So make sure you're interacting with them and let them know, hey, if you need something immediately, hop into the chat. We'll bring you on stage in just a minute, and then be sure to cycle people out so that no few people are taking up all of your time. I hope that answered your question.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm answering some questions. Okay, Dina, do we need to download and sign up for Hopin? So can you explain what Derek and Ashley are doing? Ashley's handling the sponsors, Derek's handling the exhibitors. They have a form that goes out of all the requirements to set up their tabs and get everything in there. But the registration's different, Jennifer. Can you explain that?
Derek, are we having them register themselves?
Jennifer, based off our last conversation, we will have them register themselves. I will just be setting up the booth spaces for them.
Thank you. Okay, that's my recommendation. I was just making sure that you are working with an amazing team, and I 100% know that they want to provide this concierge service. At the same time, I want to make sure everybody registers themselves. My very first experience, we did everything for everybody, and then the day of the event came and they didn't know where to go. So I'm having everybody at least go in and click set up your account. So you'll get a link to this event. The link that they will send you is going to be like this. It'll be a private link. Of course, we're not having you pay. You're already taken care of. So the link will be here. You'll click on this and check out, and you'll be creating, well, I'm already registered, so that doesn't show, but you will click checkout, and all you do is enter your name, give yourself a title and your email address, and then you're officially registered for the event. And then when you come back to the event on event day, it will look like this, except it will say live, and you just go ahead and you click into the event, and it'll be just like this. And then you can head over to your booth or the stage, whatever it is that's happening at that time.
Okay, I was just typing in for you or Derek. Can you go over with them about the registration process after Derek gets them online? Where's the link and who has it to send out to them and verifying that everybody's getting signed up? Jennifer?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
We're going to have to.
Yeah, where's the link at that we can send them? And do we wait to send them till after the booth space is all set up, or the banner for the sponsors, or can they register ahead of time? How is that going to work?
We'll absolutely want them in there ahead of time. Let's make sure that we have all of our times and everything the way you want it to look when they go land there. So
Okay.
Let's make sure we have our image so that it's all familiar and not changing. So I think we're about 80% there. Just a couple of little tweaks, and then we could send that out very soon, actually.
I'm hoping by next Friday. You think that's reasonable?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
what we'll do is go ahead and fill out the form that Derek and Ashley are sending you, and try to get your information in as soon as you can. They'll be working on that. And then we'll be talking with Jennifer, going through the visual aesthetics of the whole platform, and then we'll send you the link, and we'll tell you how many people can sign up for each link when you register automatically. Okay, so any questions? I've been looking at everything. I don't have too many. Dina had a few. I answered those, Dina. How many exhibitors can be in the booth? If you bought a tabletop booth, which would be a 6x6 or an 8x6, we're going to move it up from 2 to 3. So we're going to give you that. If you had a 10-foot booth, we're going to move that up from the 2 to 4 also, a little bit more. If you're a sponsor, we have ranges of 6 to 10 total attendees for the platform event that you can register. And what we'll do is we'll send you that information on each of the registration links. Okay. All right, so let's see. I need to know if anybody has questions. Ryan, apply up. I know I sent you the email yesterday. Do you have any questions? Okay, come on, y'all are quiet. What do you think? I want to hear. How about New Mexico Business Coalition? They're a sponsor. And I know, Dina, you're a sponsor too. Eileen, you're a sponsor. Just looking. Carla, thanks for being on too.
I just typed a question to the chat. I just wanted to make sure, is our next step to send in that form that Derek sent with all of the information requested and then log on to this platform, or are those just the next things to do?
Yeah, it's a two-part step. So the most important part is to get that exhibitor and sponsor information. I did divide the workload. I have Derek handling all the exhibitors, and I have Ashley handling. Ashley, if you'll put your email in there, please. Ashley's handling all the sponsors so we can get done quicker. So Eileen, you're a sponsor. So Ashley Farrell will go ahead and be working on your platform stuff. So get that in first. Then next Friday, we will send to each of you, exhibitor and sponsor, the registration link to start going in and register your people.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Carla and Cody, I know you are apprehensive of going virtual. Tell me how you're feeling or anything that we can reassure you while we have the event planner on the line that's helping you with the platform. And there's Ashley's email in there for the sponsors, afarrell@exhibit-it.com. Okay. I'm looking. All right. Tess, Ryan, do you have any questions?
Not at the moment, no, but thank you.
Okay. How about Chris? I know you were on one of the masterminds the other day. How do you feel about the platform? Any questions that you have?
Platform looks great. I was wondering if it's possible though to get, if you recorded this today so I can send it to my partner. He is busy.
Yeah, we actually do have a recording, and I think we're going to send out the link via WeTransfer. When I tried to email it last time, it's a MP folder, and it kind of bogged down our emails. So I'll probably go through WeTransfer to everybody that's on here. Derek, if you could take a screenshot. And what we'll do is we'll do a transfer link. We'll get the kickback, and then we'll email you a personal email that you can go down to the body, click on the link, and download it that way. All right.
And DJ, I just want to confirm, we fill out the form that Derek sent out, get that back to him ASAP, and we will be getting a link for the registration next Friday.
All right. And I like your, Todd, about you're asking to see an example of the booth in action during the event. That's that run through on August 17th from 9 to 10. We are doing a live event run through for the exhibitors and sponsors. I think it's very critical that you're on that hour event platform. All right. Let's see. I'm looking at anybody else.
I will also upload this recording onto the B2B website under the What's New in 2020. I have already uploaded a link to the Hopin platform so you could see the way Hopin explains how the event goes as well.
All right, and Gazelle, I see that you put your email in there for Derek to send you the form, right? How about you, Paula? Do you have any questions?
I have lots of questions.
Oh no, go ahead, please. This is your time.
Okay, number one, as a vendor for this, my main focus is with possible vendors for myself as a food manufacturer. Are there going to be those types of people around, like say the Albertsons, the Smiths, the Sprouts, the folks like that we can talk to about getting our products into their stores?
You know what, that's a good question. I haven't done that in the past, but since we're virtual, I would have to figure out how to get their contact information, because we're going to go marketing a lot different on this event, since a lot of people don't like to go to events in person, right? They like the virtual. Then you have the opposite people that want to shake hands and not be on a virtual. So what we're doing is we're advertising to all the chambers. I'm going to go to New Mexico Restaurant Association. Okay, I'm going to go there also because of all the contacts. And we're going to kind of go a lot wider with our networking and trying to get people on this platform. So that's a good question, Paula. And Dina, you also said, any suggestions on how to draw people into your booth? You know, virtual is a little different, and really it's all about, we're going to be putting together a digital coupon book with incentives for attendees that pay the $15 to register. That's all it's going to cost for the 2-day event. I had to put some skin in the game because every time we do our masterminds for free, 68 plus people sign up and we only have 48 to 50 show up. You know, people, if they don't have skin in the game, they're less likely to show up. So we're going to put together a coupon book. Any of you sponsors or exhibitors that want to do some kind of incentive for the attendees, some kind of offer, email it also with your exhibit packet. It's in the information in there, and tell us what you want to offer. All right, because that way it'll give attendees a little bit more to go into your booth with a coupon. All right, so let's see. How about Marietta? What company are you with, Marietta? Oh, okay. So Steve, let me see. Yeah, we have a social media graphic. Derek, if you could also share your screen and show everybody what we're emailing out with that form, I think that'll be important. So
Yes.
y'all can see that. He's going to pull it up.
Alrighty, everyone. So this is the form that I had sent out a few weeks ago. For those of you who have asked, I will resend it out to you. And it's just going over the basic questions: your vendor name, which is of course your business name, the email address for you, what you want your headline to be for your booth, your offer, which is that free cup of coffee, like Jennifer said. And then the About You section is at 20 words that people catch first. You can definitely make it longer. They'll just have to click down to finish reading it, but you want to make that first 20 words very impactful. And then number 6 is the important part. It's going to be whether you are going to be in your booth or if you're going to do a video and collect your leads that way. We do have one exhibitor who will be doing that as they work their booth alone.
I suggest if you can be in there and put a face in there. And I know we're going to have some floaters at the event. And if you're the only person working your booth space, you can go to the live chat and Jennifer, Derek, or Ashley will find someone to work your booth for up to 15 minutes if you needed to take a break. Okay? So that's the good part. So no, you do have that backup. Donnie, go ahead and keep going, Derek, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. And then, of course, number 7 is your Twitter ID if you do have a Twitter account. And your all-important website link, which we want people to go to your website and drive that traffic and learn about your product even more. And this is your button action, what you want it to do. And then your button text, how you want it to read. Click here for free offer, or you can put it any other way that you'd like. And of course, we want your logo. We have the best dimensions for your logo right here, and you will be sending that to me. And then your background image, which if you don't send us a background image, it gives us just a plain blue square box. So we do recommend having that background image just so it makes your logo pop off a little bit more. And then we have, as DJ talked about, the attendee digital promo book. Send us what you would like to offer to the attendees, whether it's just a free sample or contact you for a consultation.
Or discounts, discounts always work more than a consultation. Yeah.
And then going into other important information and dates, we have our Zoom mastermind dates and timelines down here, and as well as the updated virtual timelines for the event. And all these have been updated on the website as well. And as I get the videos, I am uploading them onto the website as well, so you all have a reference to come back to. And of course, you can always email us with any questions.
So Derek, can you go back up to the file sizes needed? Because I think we're going to have to make a template. Jennifer, what do you suggest? Because not every company is savvy on designing something to the exact dimension. Is this something that we can create something?
You know, you could, or I highly recommend Canva. If you're not familiar with it, I'll put it in here, and it's canva.com. You can go to canva.com, create a free account, and create that background image, which is exactly what I used for that exhibit image that was on there. So I wasn't getting, at the time, I didn't have the right size logo because I was doing this on my own. And so I just picked, okay, that purple looks good. I put the purple background, and it knew exactly how to size that for me. It really helps if you want some control over what that looks like. But of course, I'm happy to help. If somebody's stuck and we need to do that, I can do that in Canva. And Derek, one other thing I thought of as I was reading some of these questions, since we're not getting into sample it that day, we could always screenshot what it looks like for folks if they say, I just want to see it before that day. I'm happy to help screenshot that and get that out to folks so they can say, oh yeah, that's what I was expecting it to look like.
And then we have a question. Someone asked, Jennifer, the background image, is it shown as a banner? Yes. There'll be 3 different banner sizes. We'll have the tabletop exhibitors as a small booth. We'll have the 10-foot along with the contributing sponsors. And then we'll have the gold there. And then we'll have the diamond. And then the platinum banners will be bigger. And that's kind of how the hierarchy goes. And yeah, Canva is a great resource because you don't have to be a graphic designer to use Canva. I'm looking at all the questions just to make sure I catch everything.
I saw one other about video size. It doesn't matter so long as that video is on a site like YouTube. It doesn't matter what the length of it is. All we're putting in is a link, so there's no limits to size.
Oh, nice. Okay. Donnie, you're doing the digital video for AdWallet to market for this event. Do you have any specific questions to Jennifer? He's going to be doing our AdWallet marketing that we're going to do a campaign on with a really cool virtual video.
Great.
Yeah, do you have any like a press kit for your platform or anything that I can use as far as logos or any short video clips or anything that I would be able to use for promotional video for this event?
For Hopin, the platform we're using. Yeah, let me shrink the screen here and I can send you there. I will tell you that I've had several people say, boy, am I glad I talked this through with you before I watched the demo videos. It's programmer talk, but I won me over, but sometimes people feel it's a little dry. However, it's incredibly thorough.
I just put my email in the chat if you need it.
And
oh, perfect.
Paula, I think that would be really good too. I would still have somebody in there and explain, Jennifer, when you're in there and when you have a video, how it works simultaneously. Can you do it when you're in there, or is it only when you're not in there for the videos to run?
Only when you're not in there. So it's either a video or it's live. And we had some folks who ended up midway through on our last event saying, I'm ready to go do some visiting. Can you plop a video in? And so give us a few minutes. But if you send a video link and you want to skip the live and do an unmanned booth, if you will, you can do that and you can switch it over. It just takes us a few minutes on the back end.
All right. And Jennifer, you have Donnie's email there to send the press kit stuff.
Working on it.
So let's see, Yvonne, this is your first time as an exhibitor. Tell me if you have any questions on this platform.
No, I'm driving right now, so.
Okay, Carla and Cody, I'd love to hear from y'all as a sponsor, what you're thinking. All right, Carla's unmuting. What do you think, Carla? Can you hear me? I know you're unmuted. Okay. Oh, okay. So they're saying it's helpful getting to see all the functions. Oh, Carla doesn't have a mic. Sorry about that, Carla. I didn't mean to call on you. Okay. So let's see, for anyone else interested, okay, there's the Hopin. If you want to like really look at it more in depth, go to that website and go check it out. It'll explain all of the things. Derek is pulling up now some of the social media graphics that we're going to be sending you. I think it's very, very important that we all cross promote this event because, you know, a lot of people are apprehensive of the new technology and we need to be that trendsetter together on this event because this is probably one of the best platforms I've ever seen bring into Albuquerque. You know, Albuquerque loves face-to-face and we're a little different than some of the bigger shows. And I think each one of you will really enjoy if you work it to the fullest. Go ahead, Derek.
All right, so I cycled through them just a little bit, but I will bring them back up so we can go through them again. This is going to be our social media graphic for all our exhibitors who are at the event. It's basically saying that you are attending the B2B Expo virtually. Then we have our contributing sponsors, social media graphic, our diamond sponsors, as well as our gold, and lastly, our platinum sponsors. It's all pretty much the same graphic. It's just calling out your level that you are going to be at the event.
All right, let's see. Ryan's asking a question. Will an attendee or exhibitor email info list be provided? You know, I'm really funny about that. That really, remember the VIP exhibitor sponsor party on our survey last year? A lot of people said at the event, I never really got to talk with the other businesses like sponsors and exhibitors. That's why we're doing that special networking for that in-depth for other businesses. As far as the attendees, I want to be careful about, Jennifer, what do y'all do about that? Because I've never done sold lead lists. I know there was some phishing going on a couple months ago that some of you got where we were going to sell a list or something from some spammer. That's never true. Jennifer, do you have any ideas on that? And then I'll get to you, Paula, next. Jennifer, are you there?
Unmuting
Okay.
myself would be great. The best way to get that list will be one in the networking, and then you have a mutual connection and somebody has said, yes, please contact me. What I found, and truly you could start this trend on your own, at the last event that I did, people used the main chat and they said, hey, I am so excited to be here. You know, this is DJ with EXHIB-IT. Contact me anytime for more information. And they shared that in the chat and people were commenting on that and emailing each other during the event offline. So if you want to get your name out there, you can certainly put that in the event chat. And then again, networking is the best way to do that.
All right, Joe, I know you joined us. Will you open up at the bottom of your screen, the chat window? We've made a couple comments to you. And if you have any questions, that's the best way to communicate. Paula.
Thank you.
She said if we have short videos, where does it go? Oh, can those be running as our background versus the logo? You want to answer that one, Jennifer?
I just put a suggestion in there. Only photos can go where we're requesting. But what you could do, and I was saying you could be in your booth live and you can share your screen and it will split. Actually, you could choose. You could have just your screen showing or you could be there talking people through it. So if it was you and you're sharing your screen with some videos, you could tell people, here's a little bit about, you know, this product or how we're making it, whatever you need to describe that. So that could be one option in your booth to do that.
Okay,
oh, go ahead.
Thank you, DJ. Yeah, because we have just like 20-second videos that just show beginning to end on how to do the food, because we have a green chili mac and cheese. We have a green chili stew. We have our green chili sauce, stuff like that, it's just very quick. They're very short videos to show how to prepare and how to use these items. So that was just a thought.
Oh, you know what else you could do is you could post those links in your booth in the chat. And click here to learn about how to prepare this product. Click here and people could see that. And if the chat starts getting long, you could post it again and say, for those of you who may have missed it, here's the link too. So throughout the day, repost those in the chat so that if somebody's there and not interacting with you and just looking for information, those could be there. Also, how many, do you know how many videos you would like to use?
Oh, I have a video for every product, and I have,
That's a lot.
yeah, and I currently have 18 products.
Wow.
So that could be, depending on how you want the follow-up, that could be your register interest. Click here to learn how to prepare our products, or it could also be a link in your description too.
Okay.
And I noticed
Awesome.
Chris asked a question, Jennifer, about the chat notes. Chris, were you talking about today's chat notes, or like when you're at the event and people are chatting, how do you get copies of that?
When we're at the event.
So Jennifer, don't you download a lot of things?
You can get it from your booth, but we can't, well, I guess we could, but I'm sure, well, we could talk about that offline, but you can definitely get it from within your booth. But from the event chat, I'm going to guess we're not going to download that for everybody and send it to everyone. So what I would do is just copy and paste throughout the day and have another document where you can throw that info as it comes in. It'll be there and live all day long for you to do that too.
Okay, so we'll be able to go into that chat window, copy and paste it over.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, and Yvonne, you asked what time on the 17th is that live training. I'm telling you, this is going to be critical for the success of this event. 9 to 10. Please diary to be online, because we're going to go live, and these are the things you can iron out at the time, because we're going to have 3 or 4 hosts that you can practice the live chat, practice in your booth space. We can run through the networking event really quick and stuff like that. No, the networking, yeah, the networking will be that day. I'm just making sure if there's anything I missed, because I want to make sure I'm answering any questions. I want to go back. I know we have 20 people online. So let's see if I can go back and
I think the booth and the networking is really cool, and it's kind of just focused on that. It's focused on networking. I think like the desire to put content on those pages and in the booths is a good idea, but it also could be distracting. So I think a good thing to do for exhibitors and vendors alike is to kind of like brush up the landing page skills and have that content you want to share on a landing page on your website. So you can share maybe one external link that, you know, can do lead generation if you do want that. If people want to learn more about your brand or your products, you know, they can contact you via a landing page or see any videos about your products. If you have the ability to create a landing page on your website specifically for this event, that might be something to really look into.
Yeah, that's a good point. So how's everybody feeling about this virtual platform? And now I'm going to ask each one of you. I think this is important so we can know who to target. Who is your ideal target audience that you need to see there? Because I want to make sure we're marketing to a lot of your audience. Paul, I heard from you. You said Albertsons, Smiths, and some of the buyers probably there, right?
Yeah, I'm already in Albertsons, DJ. So, but I was just giving that type of example. But we're already in Albertsons, but there's also distributors that we work with also. So
what about Sam's and Costco?
I don't have a facility big enough yet to service them, because I've been in communication with both Costco and Sam's already.
All right, because we will have Sam's there.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Because once I get into my new facility, then they'll talk to me.
Okay. Any other questions? I want to make sure we're answering everybody's questions. Please don't be shy.
I did have a follow-up question to my question in the chat.
All right, let's see. And this is?
Ryan.
Okay, Ryan, go ahead.
So some events that I've been to in the past, they've, I guess the manager of the event would let me purchase a lead list from them for the attendees. I was wondering if there was one available for purchase at either before the event or after the event. It was just out of curiosity.
You know, I think I've always had a really good brand, and Ryan, I appreciate that question. I think I'm not probably comfortable with that for privacy. Jennifer, what's your take on events like this? Because that's the one thing people really like about this event is their lead list. The attendees is not sold. What do you think, Jennifer? What do most people do in the virtual part?
It's the same as they would live. And so, you know, it's really a matter of what's your comfort level and what you've done in the past. So it's all over the board. Some people, like Ryan's saying, you know, it's always been a perk for a really high level sponsor, or you can pay extra for it. Or
Yeah,
some
we do
people
for the
just
diamond,
haven't.
the diamond
Mhm.
sponsors, yes.
Yeah.
They get the lead list, but not
Yeah.
anybody down below that. I think that's kind of that $5,000 level that they deserve that, you know.
Makes sense.
But good question, Ryan, and don't let that discourage you. Remember, it's all about being interactive, and really because of that sponsor and exhibitor party, I think that's going to be key and pay attention. Like, I suggest you have more than one person in your booth, because I would have somebody attending the event and I'd be looking at the event, because when you're in your room, you won't see all the chats going on to the main expo area, not expo, but the main event, right, Jennifer? There's going to be two different live chats, one in your booth and one public. And you know what? If you engage on that live chat, you'll be surprised, because when I attended Jennifer's event, I was engaging in the live chat too. You can always pop your email in. You can do a call to action, visit my booth. We're offering this, or we're doing a drawing today, or stay to the end of the event. We're giving away something. You know, always entice people to want to go into your booth.
Yeah.
And you have to figure that out, because sometimes if you have a good brand and people don't, or you may have a good company, but people don't know your brand, why are they going to want to visit your booth? You have to figure out that yourself on the marketing part.
Right. I've actually had colleagues go around the events while stay in the booth, and then draw people to my booth, kind of.
That's what I would do. Yep.
That's what I've done in the past.
I would too. All right. So we still have 19 people online. Todd, I haven't heard from you. Do you have any questions? Or Joe? You want to unmute yourself?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure.
Go ahead, Joe.
I missed the beginning of the call, so forgive me if you've already answered this, but I was unclear. Is there a software environment that we're using, or is it Zoom? Is it like Zoom?
Not even. It's way different than Zoom. Zoom is very limited. Zoom is good for a face-to-face at one event. This platform has a lot of ins and outs. And Jennifer, if you want to add on, we've got the day one. We've got the Pro Talk speakers. They'll be on stage. You won't see each other, but that's the learning environment for the first 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's from 1 to 3:45. We've got 2 global speakers and 3 national speakers, okay? Then we have the exhibitor VIP and sponsor reception, matchmaking, networking. That's a private event from 4 to 6. Then the next day at 1 o'clock, the Expo opens. That's where each person has their booth space. They'll be in there, and at 4:30, we're going to open up the stage, and we're going to start doing the Best Local Brand contest. If you haven't entered the Best Local Brand, reach out to Derek if you're commercial or nonprofit. We're still doing that. We have, is it $68.25 or $58.25 in prizes? I think it's 68.
68.
Yeah, you've got free marketing and advertising prizes on the Best Local Brand, and it's going to be live voting. That'll be kind of like that poll. We'll have a poll going on during the event. So it'll be very engaging and interactive.
Okay. Is there some visualization? I'm just curious. It's not necessary. Just, I'd be curious to see it.
Joe, I recorded a little demo. It's about 8 minutes long, and I just put the link in there.
Oh,
so if you want to click on that, you can watch it, and feel free to email me if you have any questions.
Thanks.
Yeah, because I know some of you, that aren't used to this, you might want to look at the demo more in depth and have more questions. Let's see.
And it has been posted on our website as well for the B2B. And I will put today's recording on our B2B website as well.
And Jennifer says she's going to provide your live chat reports post-event that happens in your booth space. Is that what you're saying, Jennifer?
Exactly.
For each person. So that's the good thing. If you're trying to engage face-to-face virtually, don't worry about the live chat. You'll get a download report at the end. Okay. The deadline to submit for Best Local Brand, Derek.
That will be next Friday.
Ooh, okay. Next Friday is that, and then we go, because we want to go with the online voting and all that. We need time for that. And it's a pretty easy questionnaire. It's 5 basic questions. You always have to remember who's judging. It's the American Marketing Association. Think like a marketer when you write it. It's all about brand, how you use it, how you market yourself, and what you do in the community. So really think like that, because that's who's judging. All right. Any other questions? I really like these. Yeah.
I got a quick question. It's Ryan again.
Okay, Ryan.
I don't know which tier I bought or if I'm sponsored or anything like that. Is there an option to upgrade before the event?
Yes, Derek, I think he's an exhibitor, isn't he? With Ryan, you're with a member of the
He's with Apply Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let me see what size booth. Do you remember?
I
He's an
really
exhibitor.
don't.
He's
Yeah.
just an exhibitor, yeah.
But I mean, he's an exhibitor, but what size booth? Was he a tabletop or a freestanding?
I believe he was a...
It's probably tabletop.
Okay, so that'll be the smaller banner. And yes, you can upgrade to the 10-foot size, and you can email Derek and talk about the cost difference. And also to all of you for next year on the live event, anybody that is still going virtual with us, which I'd say we have 98% positivity, just second staff, I'm going to give $100 off the booth space cost for next year on the live event as an added value, because I know this is an adjustment for all of you. Go ahead, Stephanie.
DJ, I show Ryan with Apply Up as a 10 by 8.
Oh, good. So you're not a sponsor. So you're about from the gold sponsorship. Yeah, you're a little bit away from that. So you might want to ask Ashley. Ashley's email is in the chat window. If you guys want to go see all the chats and read, go in there and do Control-A, copy all of it, and move it to a Word document so you can go back and read them. That way you can kind of see everything that was covered. Any other questions? I like these questions. Tess, I haven't heard from you. And
Paula
Marietta,
asked where she goes for the best local brand application.
it's online. Did you ever update the WUFU forms with all the new dates, Derek?
Yes, everything is updated for the B2B website and the best local brand dates.
Okay. So you can go to the b2bexponm.com, go under contests, scroll down to commercial if you're commercial or nonprofit. Thanks, Steph. Eileen, thanks so much for all the info. We're very excited. Goldman Sachs, I don't know if you know the small business program. I'm a scholar graduate. They're going to be a sponsor in there, and they're also the sponsor at the VIP sponsor exhibitor party. And you're going to learn more about that if you want to apply. And I know my business grew, I would say, over 40% after being a graduate of the Goldman Sachs program, all the tools that I learned. Let's see. And I know I have a couple of friends that have gone through it too, that have gone through success. Derek, yeah, you put the link in there. Any other questions? I didn't hear from, I think I was calling you out, Tess. Do you have any questions?
No,
And
ma'am.
Marietta. How about you, Marietta? I haven't heard from you.
No, I don't have any questions right now.
Okay. Thumbs up or thumbs down, how are you feeling about the platform and on the training? Okay, good. Well, I appreciate it. And if you have any hesitancy, please reach out. We're here to support you and make this event, good for you. Here's the other added value for all you exhibitors and sponsors. We have our mastermind every 2 weeks. Our next one is July 8th. We pick speakers from our sponsors and from our exhibitors. And I'm really excited because I'm trying to get you some more FaceTime and visibility for investing in this event. And we have our next 3 speakers. I don't have them in front of me. It's Tom Garrity. They did a New Mexico perception. And I think it was a survey they did on, do people trust your brand? He's going to be speaking. Do you know what the other 2 are, Derek?
Tom Garrity is speaking on engagement marketing. And we have Sarah Lopez with Biz in a Bag speaking on old dogs, new virtual tricks. And our last speaker is Joe Phillips with Smart Technology Solutions. And his is Clear and Present Danger, 4 quick ways you can fight cybercrime.
And I think those are important for all of us. And what they do is they only talk for about 20 minutes. And then what happens is it turns into a true roundtable mastermind to where, we're going to ask you questions, what's pressing, and it'll turn into a group discussion. It's been very successful. I would suggest you RSVP. We're limited at 100. And each time we're doing it, it's growing because, things kind of take a little bit to move momentum in Albuquerque. And Goldman Sachs, hopefully, will be one of our speakers coming up soon. Dina was a sponsor. She spoke last time. That was very successful. We also had Ad Wallet last time that was speaking. Yep. Oh, good. Yeah, Tom Garrity is very good. He's our platinum sponsor. All right. So I think we're done unless anybody else has a question. Make sure you sign up for the mastermind on July 8th from 10 to 11:30. The next one after that is July 29th from 10 to 11:30, and then August 12th from 10 to 11:30. We have all the links in a row if you want to pre-register. Remember, it's about showing up and getting your name out there, because a lot of people have not networked, they're starving, and you want to get your face in front of as many people so when things go back to normal, however time that'll be, that people will remember you and you won't be forgotten. All right, I think
Hey,
I'm
DJ,
done.
I have one
Yeah.
one final question, if you don't mind. What type of advertising is going out for this event, and including the exhibitors and whatnot?
Oh, good for you. Thank you. Well, Tom Garrity is my social media advertiser. Okay. I've got Donnie he's doing my video for Ad Wallet. We're going to be doing to a lot of attendees. We are we're targeting C-level business owners and directors, what we're doing. And we're going to be doing a lot of Ad Wallet. This is the first year we've done the digital marketing on Ad Wallet. I'm really excited about that. We have Albuquerque Business First, digital and print. Our radios will be picking back up. That's going to be targeting for attendees mostly. I'm going to be on the Bob Clark Talk Show. I'm going to be on Eric Strauss Talk Show. And if you guys want, I think this is important. When I'm going to be scheduled on these shows, I will email you guys the time, and I suggest you call in and make it more engaging, because then it's even bigger for people to have attendees. I'll also be on, there's another talk show I'm doing. I'm trying to think. Albuquerque Journal. We have digital and print ads going on that, in addition to our own digital marketing that we'll do on our site. Does that help answer your question, Paula? We did a lot of advertising and marketing, as you know, because the governor didn't make the restrictions till March 23rd, which was 5 weeks before our event. Well, we started marketing in October and advertising on print ads, radio, and all that. So you can imagine all the loss of pre. But the cool thing is now we're doing a lot of digital, because that's how people are reaching it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I think we've lost about 6 people already. If you want to stay on and you have a pressing question that you don't want to talk about in public, I'll be here also. Because I know some people, and remember, when you're doing a live chat, you don't have to type to everyone. You can also pick a name and you can ask a personal question too. Ryan, did you want to say something?
No, that's all. Thank y'all for your time and for the opportunity to be at this event.
Yeah, I'm excited, being that thought leader and taking something like this and bringing it to Albuquerque. You kind of see the full gamut. Remember, the bell curve of people changing is usually 6 months, and we've all had to do this in 90 days. And wow. I'm okay with that, because I'm like that fighter pilot in the sky. I love change, but I'm telling you, it's tough, to really grasp this and knowing this is the future, y'all. So having this platform and learning it now is going to help you in the future. Okay. Well, right. I'm good if you want to hang up or if you want to stay on.
Have a good one. All right.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. Have a safe holiday. All right, let's see. Paula, you're still, okay. Ashley, Chris, okay. Let's see. I think everybody's off now, guys, except for Donnie. Donnie,